So we're jumping into what is supposed to be Game 3, but it is Game 1 in between the College of William & Mary versus Purdue University. We have the Purdue players on the left currently, which is Bobmoo and Laboof, and College of William & Mary is Kevineleven and Aqua. So as soon as this gets loaded up, we'll get into the madness.
And are there any Xelnoga towers on this map?
Yes, there are two, which are in the middle.
Yeah.
One's right here, and one's right here.
Okay.
And I do not think they're blocked by rocks, but I can get a verification very fast. But before we do that, right now we are looking at the blue Zerg, who's Aqua, and he's still for the William & Mary, and his teammate is Kevineleven. And so Aqua, who is playing as the random player, did get Zerg. So we have two Zergs versus Purdue University, who Bobmoo is playing with the green eyeshadow Zerg, and his ally, Laboof, as the red Protoss.
Now, one thing that's really important to note is that this is actually not going to end up being a 6 pool right off the bat from the double Zerg players. That's something that you have to be a little bit careful of, especially when you have potential for 2 players going as double Zerg. That can actually be really potent, having 2 people 6 pooling or 7 pooling you at the same time.
And it looks like Laboof is just walling off at his main ramp rather than walling off for both of his allies. And we had Kevineleven sending out a very fast scout with his drone, and Laboof is scouting him first to see that there is no pool or really anything going on just yet. We do have Aqua, who's doing 11 pool, it looks like, and Bobmoo is just getting a gas this far, but no cooldown.
Yeah, it does look like Kevineleven did save up, just threw down that pool just a second ago. So his pool is actually just going to be a little bit ahead of Bobmoo's, not by a whole lot, maybe a good 15 or so seconds.
Yeah, and Laboof did scout that the 10 pool was there, so hopefully he communicated that information with Bobmoo. And it looks like Kevineleven did about a 14? No, that looked a little early. I didn't see when he threw it down. 42.
Yeah, he threw it down, I think, around 14, and Kevineleven looked like he did around actually 13 or so.
Oh, okay. But it looks like they're both going to go for a fast gas, or I mean a speedling build, so we'll have a lot of speedlings going very quickly. And Bobmoo just mined 100 gas and have already taken his drones off to mine more minerals. Oh, he actually canceled one of the larvae. That's actually a huge misstep this early on. But he's just starting to pump out Zerglings.
Yeah, it looks like the first 2 sets of Zerglings are out from Aqua. They did try and chase that probe away from Laboof. Did manage to get that probe away safely, though, so he's just going to go back to mining happily away from the Zerg menace until his ally or brother probe decides to go out and, go on his own little suicide mission.
And we do have Bobmoo moving out first with his Zerglings, while Aqua is sitting there just massing up a few. And actually, Kevineleven just threw down a Roach Warren that finished.
Yeah, so it looks like this isn't actually going to be a speedling build from Kevineleven. He actually doesn't even have his metabolic boost. So it's going to be all roaches all day, all the time.
Yeah, so it's a Ling and Roach play for the College of William & Mary, and Bobmoo is just continually actually getting Banelings. So these Banelings are going to be very effective against the Zerglings when the Baneling nest finishes. And hopefully the 4-gate, which is coming out, is going to stop any of this one-base Roach aggression.
Yeah,
we do have now the second proxy pylon going down, but no Overlord to spot. Actually, it's on its way, but it's extremely slow.
Yeah, I think the way that this matchup is going to end up working out is... Oh, shoot! Oh,
no. Yeah, we have our first engagement. One of the Zealots gets picked off. Bommoo's warping in a few Banelings, but he just needs to start buying time. And they're nearly done, but they need to finish very soon, and all these Zerglings are dead, and all the Zerglings go down for William & Mary. There's just 3 roaches left. Laboof isn't helping at all with his Stalker. That's unfortunate.
Oh, man. But yeah, what the double Zerg players want to end up happening is they want to use those Banelings on Bobmoo Zerglings and use the roaches on the you want to use the roaches to eat up the base.
Oh, this is really bad. The roaches are now on the ramp, so the Zerglings can't get us around at all, and Banelings are awful. Laboof even, and some Zerglings got through Laboof's base, pulling off some probes to stop it. The pylon goes down, so Laboof cannot produce on that one gateway until that's repowered, but these roaches are now doing a massive amount of damage. And now they move down the ramp to start attacking Bobmoo, but let's see if Bobmoo is going to be able to hold this off.
He's starting to clean up, and he is still warping in on those 3 gateways, and he hasn't really taken too much economic damage. But
Laboof is in a major problem right now, only warping his Zealots versus Roaches. Kevineleven isn't even microing against them. He's just going to town to these Zealots. There is a counter poke though. Laboof warped in 3 Stalkers and have been attacking Kevineleven, so they're almost getting an invasive scenario to take some pressure off by putting pressure on. But there's still 4 roaches that are doing a massive amount of damage.
Quickly. And Laboof is losing a lot of probes from these roaches from Kevineleven in his base, and Laboof is actually just down to 13
probes. Yes.
And
but everyone else, Kevineleven has 15, and that's the most amount of workers out right now. So this is a very amusing game. Oh, that was a big win. 1 Zergling for 1 Baneling. And Aqua is going to try to do it again, and he does do it again!
Oh my god.
Bobmoo has so many lanes.
I'm not too sure that the Purdue University players can recover from this. They've just seemed to have lost so much.
Yeah, and right now the Cybernetics core is about to drop because there was this one roach that's walling off, using Laboof's building to wall off against those lanes.
That is actually a magnificent play, utilizing Laboof's wall-in against his ally Bobmoo, who just wants to go in and help him.
Yeah, but it is nearly to that GG moment of just these roaches are just being too strong and too economical, with already the Protoss player losing so many probes and even his cybernetics core, so he can't even make additional sentries or stalkers to buy more time. But right now, it looks like Bobmoo is going to clean up some of these roaches. No, neither team looks like they're getting ready to expand, though, which I'm a little curious over. Oh my god, Aqua is going for 1-base Spire tech.
I feel like both of these Zerg players do feel like they have this game in the bag, and I think the Spire really is going to put the nail in the coffin. Even if he only gets out, say, 1 or 2 Mutalisks, what anti-air is there really to deal with that?
And
in combination with all the Zerglings and Roaches.
And just now the Cybernetics core has started, so that we're not even going to have Stalkers up for another 4 to 35 seconds. These Lings probably, they can take out these Roaches. I was more considering just doing a run-by and start picking out these workers to force them to make drones rather than just straight army units.
Yeah,
so
it looks like Kevineleven is finally starting to expand.
But it looks like Bobmoo is going to be able to get up and do some damage to Aqua, but the Spire has just been completed, so we should see Mutas up. And here we have 3 Mutas.
Use the Spire.
3 Mutas are now in production, so all they need to do is stay alive, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. 4 Mutas up, their evolution chamber is just being thrown down. No forge has been dropped yet, and we can now start warping in Stalkers, though.
Yeah, and Laboof actually is saving up. It seems he's saving up about 50 chrono boosts, so I'm really curious if that's a mistake or if he really just doesn't want to be chrono boosting probes right now.
He could just be under a lot of pressure. Everyone seems to be missing some of their injects, and now we have the Mutas on the field, which are about to hit Bobmoo. We have 3 Spore Crawlers, but none are completed yet. But we're going to lose a lot of drones in between the time in which the Spore Crawler is actually completed, but the big round of drones is completed by Bobmoo, so hopefully the damage is minimal.
Looks like these Mutalisks are just going to head over to Laboof's base instead and see what damage they can do. And right now, there's only one Stalker to defend, and that's just not going to be enough. Now pulling back two other Stalkers, but this Stalker looks like it might get taken out. No,
he still needs to keep running away. No mutas have fallen yet. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was some gas dumping for this muta player to really control the air.
Oh wow, making it out of there without losing a single muta. A lot of mutas in low health, but doing a good job keeping them alive. That's going to really pay off when he comes back for any additional harassment.
Bobmoo is doing some damage to this expansion that Kevineleven took. Laboof is losing one of his proxy pylons, but now we're up to, it looks like 7 Mutalisks. We have 8 Mutalisks now out on the field. They're not all grouped together yet. But it looks like, yeah, and Bobmoo's finally taking this gold base. This is the first expansion at the 14-minute mark for our Purdue Zerg player.
Yeah, actually, I'm really curious why Kevineleven and Aqua did not opt to knock down the rocks at their gold, as they did have that army sitting at home for a little while, and instead Kevineleven ended up taking out the more vulnerable expansion. Really.
Oh, Bobmoo's just trying to get some scouting information and sees immediately that he's just overpowered. Laboof is getting a nice sizable army right now, but this heavy zealots aren't going to do too much to these Mutalisks and Brooches.
Yeah, Bobmoo actually starting that lair tech definitely wants to get out some power units to deal with those Mutalisks. And
but we're having
I don't think he's going to have it in time.
Guardian Shield or something needs to pop up. We have two Baners go off and kill some of the Zerglings that Aqua is sending out, but these force fields actually hindering these zealots a whole bunch. The Stalkers are trying to do everything they can against these Mutalisks, but it just may not be enough in the numbers, as these Roaches now are going to rain on these Stalkers.
These Roaches are doing so much damage, and Stalkers are backed into a corner, and Laboof really just not knowing what to do with these Stalkers, trying to micro them back, but not really working out. Now the Mutalisks are taking off the probes, and really there's nothing that the probes can do. A single Stalker being worked.
And we have the first GG from Bobmoo and the second one from Laboof. That makes game 1 in favor of William and Mary.